Okay, so you all probably were right about the Bluetooth addresses. Lesson learned. Interesting lesson learned. So I've been creating this little, basically been creating this little project. The idea being that my computer would basically turn on its Bluetooth connection. It would scan for all of the Bluetooth devices in the area, request their addresses, and then the idea was that theoretically you could track people based off of their Bluetooth addresses. So again, one of the big things in the world of technology is that you're always trying to find a unique identifier for everything, kind of like a social security number, a driver's license number, basically a number, something that you can point back to the person. And then essentially what you do, you don't actually give the person permission. You don't actually trust the person. You never trust the person. You trust the pointer. Anyway, so I had this idea of, hey, maybe we could use Bluetooth addresses as a real world physical pointer. Doesn't look like that will actually work out because apparently, the designers realize this could be an issue, and so there are temporary Bluetooth addresses that are essentially broadcast, and then those are changed up periodically. And when I say periodically, it does actually seem to be within 10 or 15 minutes many times, these Bluetooth addresses. But anyways, I kind of think this is an interesting project. This will go to GitHub just so you guys can see it. But what I've done now, so yesterday I created a scanner and I dumped the information basically just into a text file. Today what I decided to do is actually dump it into a MySQL database, so that I might be able to pull out some more interesting information. So basically, if we go over here, we take a look at the Python script. A lot of the same Python script we used yesterday. So this is the command, bluetooothctl, timeout 15, scan on, output this to the bt.txt file. Basically, this is what scans for Bluetooth devices, and then we output to that particular file. The thing I added today was we now have the MySQL connector here. This is where we take a picture, as I showed you yesterday. Here's a bunch of stuff to write into the bt.txt file. But what I added down here, was actually the MySQL component. So now what it does is it takes the information, and instead of just dumping it to a text file, it also dumps it into a MySQL database, right? Insert into log, timestamp, picture name, BT, list, the whole 9 yards. And if we go over here, we can see, if we go here to my MySQL, you can see I have MySQL up here. If I do a select all from log, basically we get this, and so we have the ID, we have the timestamp, we have the picture name, and then we have all of the Bluetooth addresses separated by commas here. If I go over here, basically I can just simply run the script, Python 3, take the picture. This will take approximately 15 seconds, so it'll scan for Bluetooth addresses for 15 seconds, and then when it gets done scanning for the Bluetooth addresses, it will then take a picture, which should happen in right about any time now. There we go. It just took the picture, and so we get, one record was inserted. This is the information that was inserted. If we go back to MySQL, I can simply do the log again. We see record 29 before, and now we see record 30, timestamp, picture, all of that kind of stuff. And then what I did was I created a PHP script, because I've got to tell you, I know everybody loves Python for everything. They just love Python for everything. I don't know. I mean, it's good for the infrastructure stuff. If I'm building a dynamic web page, it seems like PHP is a hell of a lot easier. So anyways, that's just my opinion. Basically, I have this PHP script here, and basically I take the values out of the database. I actually turn the values into an associative array, and I actually have these values as a name key. I'm going to use that later, possibly. And then basically I print this out, so I can go here, and basically if I I do refresh, what we can see is it just prints out. So it tells me when the scan was done, it tells me how many devices were found, and then it tells me the addresses for all of the devices. And I have gone through here. So basically, part of the project today, putting all this into a database and doing the associative array thing, is I wanted to do counts. So I want to see like how many times this address has been detected, how many times this address has been detected, and the whole 9 yards. Haven't actually gotten there today. I have to run off and do something pretty soon, so that'll probably be tomorrow or not, because what I realized is taking a look at this, once I have all this information here, and I've been playing for this for a while, I do realize that the number of devices found stays reasonably the same, 999, 10, 8, 9, 10, 12, right? So depending on the scan time and that type of thing. So it's within a very reasonable range. But one of the things I've realized is that these numbers don't, even though it's the same number of addresses, the addresses don't seem to last very long. I don't know. Let's see. We have 7B, 9B, and then we have 7B, 9B there. And there was 7B, 9B there, 7B, 9B there. So, okay, 7B, 9B doesn't seem to be changing itself. So that, whatever the hell that is, right? I was thinking that there would be more Bluetooth devices like 7B, 9B here that basically exist in all the scans. But what you notice, that's like the only device. I don't honestly, I have no idea which device that is. But you know, like A851. So I was like, okay, A851, A851. And then if we scroll down, okay, A851, then we scroll down, A851. Oh, wait a minute, A851. Can I have another A8? Oh, A851. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, maybe I'm proving my own lie. A851. Oh, wait a minute, A851, A851. Oh, well, fuck. I may be lying. Okay, so yeah, I'm not really sure what's going there. I guess I do have to create the script tomorrow to count all the times these different Bluetooth addresses have been shown. But anyways, I swear to you, if you go through and take a look at most of these, like 2C or whatever, right? So we got 2CDB here. We have 2CDB here. If we go up, see, that's the thing. Like we no longer have 2CDB anywhere, so that must have just modified itself. So anyways, I don't think for most tracking purposes this will actually be as good as I thought. But one of the things I did realize doing this project, again, that's one thing with technology projects, one of the things you really have to grasp with technology projects is sometimes your end solution doesn't look a whole hell of a lot like what the beginning problem you were looking for is. One of the things I do find interesting about this is it does seem to be a way to count people. See how these are all relatively the same. So I've changed that scan time. So here, if you go all the way up here, that timeout 15. So that was at 5, then it went to 10. Now it's at 15. So these longer ones down here, these ones with 12 and 10, these are with longer scan times. But if we go back to where it was like 5 seconds, right? 5 seconds was like 99999. It kept finding approximately 9 devices. So one of the curious things I was thinking about with this is what if we simply used Bluetooth as an activity tracker. So again, you do have to understand, I'm laughing about the whole privacy issue here just because honestly, privacy in 2023 is stupid. But anyways, I laugh about that because that's dumb. But the other thing too is I also don't actually believe in invading people's privacy a whole hell of a lot. I think we should actually do less invasion of privacy. And so one of the things with this though is, do we actually need the personal identifier for people for a possible solution? What if you created something like this just to see the activity in different geographic locations? So what if you wanted to track how busy a store is? Or what if you wanted to track how busy different areas of a town are, right? Think about if you were thinking about getting a storefront, right? You're going out there, you're thinking about getting a storefront, and so you want to see how many people actually walk by that storefront or how many people go by. An interesting idea is, what if you had a Raspberry Pi Zero, or W, whichever one has Bluetooth too. And you simply connected that to a battery pack, and you simply had that checking for Bluetooth connections, every 30 seconds. And then you could see what areas had more people go by. Or again, if you're thinking about doing analytics for your business or somebody else's business, you put these in the business, and then it could literally track, almost invisibly. It almost invisibly tracks how busy that store or business is. The other thing that I'm thinking here is something that I didn't do is you can actually detect the Bluetooth signal. So the higher the Bluetooth signal is, the closer the device is, the lower it is, the farther away it is. So an interesting thing you could do, what if you put like Raspberry Pis or Raspberry Pi Zeros somewhere around, and you could then you could put them around a store, or you could put them around your location, and then you could then see basically where in the store more people go to. Again, especially nowadays that everybody has smartphones, that type of deal. Again, it's not the original solution, but it might be something that is valuable for businesses out there. So anyways, I'm gonna keep playing with this. Gonna try to turn this into a solution or a pseudo solution. Again, that's with Silicon Dojo. The big thing with Silicon Dojo is the idea is trying to come up with projects that even if they don't truly solve a problem, at least shows you basically the thought process about things that you can think about. How can you use these technologies in ways that you haven't considered before? So anyways, yeah, that's it. Yay! Bluetooth dumping data into MySQL. Woohoo! So anyways, do remember to thumb up, leave a comment one way or another, subscribe, do all of that kind of fancy stuff, and I will see you all later.